Alright, question 6, sikhuluma ngama-functions again, as in question 5. Question 5, besikhuluma ngama-functions, but lana we were sketching, and then question 6, we are analyzing ama-functions. Alright, again, in the description below, ngishiya ama-links for amanye ama-videos engiwayenzile for lama questions akhona kule question paper yaka November 2017. Okay, lana sizophendula only one question, which is question 6. Ifundeka ngale ndlela ke. The diagram below shows the graphs of f and g. A is the point of intersection of the graphs. A is a point of intersection, as well as D is a point of intersection where both graphs meet, right? Amita go A na go D, and then no B no C ama x-intercept for the parabolic function. So 6.1 sizomphendula ngale ndlela bathi determine the x-intercept of f. The x-intercept of f is question 6. Question 6, 6.1, the x-intercept. The x-intercept waga f of x minus, where we let y to be equal to 0, squared minus x plus 6. This is the function, Naila. Okay, 0, x squared minus x plus 6. So, ngizosebenzisa the factoring method for finding ama x values, right? Ungasebenzisa ne quadratic formula uzothola the same answer nakhona. So 0 is equal to positive x squared positive x minus 6. Why ngenza so? Divider everything minus 1. The aim is to do what? Is to make x squared abe positive. Ngoba la if the sign is negative, angikhona uku-apply lukanje i-factoring method kuma quadratic equations. So x, well ungakhona uku-apply factoring method nangabe kune negative, but izoba a little bit confusing. Right, then lana soba no 2, 3, yeah, plus minus. So x equal to minus 3 or x equal to 2. So now my solutions wame where b now it's minus 3 and 0, and C it's 2 and 0. Is that so? Yeah, okay. Then you know B no C ama x-intercept one. So 6.2, write down the equation of the axis of symmetry for of f. Now f of x, I think imbale again, minus x squared minus x plus c. Ne? So the axis of symmetry, uzoyi calculator using the formula x equal to minus b divided by 2a. This formula we sebenza only if the equation for a parabolic function yakho is given in standard form. If your equation is given as a x plus p squared plus q, therefore minus la the axis of symmetry yakho so is what? This expression inside the bracket equal to 0, then x equal to bani p. But ngoba abasphanga yona with abasphanga yona as the one with the bracket, basiphe this standard form. So in standard form, the axis of symmetry calculator using this formula. This is a, this is b, this is c. Ungakhohlwa ukuthatha ne sign yakhona. So x equal to minus b minus 1, a minus 1. So x is equal to negative 1 over 2. This is our final answer. 6.3 bafunani ke determine the range of f. So just like in the previous question, question 5, which is in the description below, question 5 ngikhulume range. With the range is the set of all possible or valid y values in a given function. So ngoba sikhuluma ngo f, uyambona u-f stretcher from this point all the way down, this point all the way down. And by the way, this is the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry passes through the turning point, and at this point engikhuluma ngalo leli, it's the y coordinate, or yeah, the y coordinate for the turning point. So in order with this range, we need the y coordinate for a turning point here again. So f of x minus x squared minus x plus 6 minus half. For y coordinate, so I need to substitute the x coordinate, or the axis of symmetry, original equation, minus plus 6. Calculator, 1 over 2 minus 1 over 2 plus 6. Answer here, it's 25 over 4. This is a improper fraction, so we convert it. But there's no need. There's no need. Ungayekela so answer yakho still is fine. It's right nakhona. But in maths isithanda ukubhala ama improper fractions as ama mixed fractions. So check out the range for this function is y element of something. Back. Range to color from this point, which is the y coordinate. Also, range include all the y values in pair. So it's this coordinate all the way to negative infinity. So ngoba graph to stretch downwards. So therefore, Lana, we're going to have negative infinity excluded to 25 over 4. It's excluded ngoba it's an infinity sign, and then included ngoba this point is also a valid point on the sketch. So this is the range for a function here. 6.4. Write down the equation of g in the form. Write the equation of g in the form. G komele simpale in that form ngoba g is a straight line. Because g is a straight line, so 6.4 g of x is equal to mx plus c. We need to write it in this form, but check something. The point D, there's something special on point D. The point D is the y-intercept the straight line, as well as the y-intercept of the parabolic function. What are the coordinates of D? It's 0 and 6. Ama coordinates I'm given the function f. So the y-intercept, or the y-intercept yaga f ubani u 6 if I let x to be equal to 0. Like about 0 go 0, then thola ubani go to 6, and the y-intercept on the straight line is what? Is the c value. And according to the sketch, about d common for the straight line as well as the parabolic line, the parabolic function, c nalo 6, they must be equal ngoba ma y-intercept. So therefore, lana kule equation, the c coordinate, or the value ka c senginayo ubani u6. Now I'm left with a value ka m. So a value ka m I calculator using this point ka a. The point a is common on both lines, and is the point of intersection. So in order to tolu m, I need to substitute to minus 2 no 4. Lana it's 4 and then negative 2. m x waba ubani negative 2, so singakhona calculate to m, it's minus 2 m plus 6 transpose 4 minus 6 minus 2m minus 2 equal to minus 2m. Divide both sides, m is equal to 1, so g of x is equal to m, it's 1, x, c, or 6. This is our equation for g. 6.5, write down the average gradient between points A and D. Between a point A not D. Between a point A not D. Okay, gradient AD is equal to 1. But you write down, but you calculate. Check out. The gradient, the average gradient between A and D, it also happens to be the gradient of the straight line. And for 6.4, start to calculate the equation for the straight line. And the gradient can be found kulo equation yethu. So m wethu bani lana u1, so m AD is going to be equal to the gradient of the straight line, which is 1, and it's for 1 mark, and it's also for 1 mark. 6.6, determine the equation of h if h is the reflection of f about the x-axis, and then translated 3 units to the right, leave your answer in the form. So she translated the graph of f. So translated the graph of f, I think ibhale la. Function ka f I think ibhale phansi la. Minus x squared minus x plus 6. Plus 6. So check out. In order to translate a parabolic function or reflective parabolic function, especially now big involve our translations, we need to express a function, a parabolic function yethu as this format, will a formula where she completed a square. So I need to complete the square with f of x before I can do any translations and our reflections. Right. Okay. So it's minus x squared plus x minus 6. The coefficient x squared must be made positive 1. So f of x is equal to minus x squared plus x plus something minus 6 minus something. So leyo something leyo uyithola njani? Ngokuthatha ngokuthatha u-b including i-sign yakhe, which is plus 1 in this case, we times ngo-half, then we square foot. Plus 1 times half, it's plus half squared, which is equal to 1 over 4. So the 1 over 4 also subtract ubani u6, right, which is the c, or the coefficient, not the coefficient, the constant, and then plus this expression, right? F of x is equal to minus open bracket x plus a half squared. This is a perfect square. Now we factorize uthola loku minus calculator minus 6 minus 1 over 4 is equal to negative 25 over 4. Let's use another pen. F of x equal to, then second adding, multiply the negative sign back into this bracket. So you have a negative bracket squared, negative, it's plus 25 over 4. So this is the completed square again. Okay, now sengiwenza i-translation. F of x, h of x is equal to, remember batheni, athi ngivule a square bracket la. Keep this bracket. Athi ngilivule kancane, plus 25 over 4. So check again. Batheni reflection of f about the x-axis. We multiply the whole function on negative side if we reflect that function about the x-axis, right? I hope not discussing my reflections in class. So maybe in the future I hope to do a video around my reflections and my translations for all functions. So and then now we reflect a function about the x-axis, so multiply the whole function in negative side. Ne? Now dealing in reflection. Now sesowenza ini a translation. A translation to the left or to the right, it affects the x coordinate. So in this parabolic equation form, the x-axis ithola kuphi, or the x coordinates ithola ngaphakathi kwe bracket. So if we shiftela function yakho to the right, we are subtract. If we shiftela to the left, we are add. So in this case, compensate shiftela to the right 3 units. Translated 3 units to the right. So subtract 3, right? So therefore now h of x work again. Reflection about x-axis and then translation about 3 units translated to the right. So subtract to the right, to the left, so add. H of x equal to negative x half minus 3 is negative 5 over 2 squared. Negative and a negative. Okay. I think so multiply at the later stage again. Negative times this bracket, it's negative x 5 over 2 squared. Negative times a positive, it's negative, excuse me. So this is our final answer. So this is h of x. Right, now 6.7. 6.7 batikiti. Write down the values of x for which f of x is greater than 0. Bheka ke la. Sifuna where h of x are greater than 0. In other words, sifuna the part of the graph which is above the x-axis. This is the x-axis. F now la. This is the x-axis. Sifuna the part of the graph that is above, the part of the function or the graph that is above the x-axis, which is this part of the graph. This part of the function is greater than 0. But imaphi lawo ma x value signs are this function could be greater than 0 or above the x-axis. It's between yonke lama x values are between b no c. I'm sure it's minus 3 and 0 lana, and then it's 2 and 0. So the x coordinates ayenza this function ibe greater than 0 ikuphi ubani? It's all the x values or the x coordinates which are between minus 3 and 2. Between minus 3 and 2 ayenza this function ibe above ubani? Above the x-axis or greater than 0. So the x values now are between negative 3 and 2. Negative 3 and 2. Negative 3 and 2. This is an AND statement. Between negative 3 and 2, or no mungayibhala so x element of negative 3 excluded, 2 excluded. Why not excluded? Why are they excluded? why excluded lama kanje lama values lawo ngoba uyabona ukuthi if x aba equal to -3 sithola ukuthi ifunction yethu iba equal to 0 nala iba equal to 0 and la bafuna only ama x value signs function ibe greater than 0 not equal to 0, so therefore siyawa exclude akela. Right, 6.8 if f of p is equal to f of r equal to 4, calculate the value of, this is 4, calculate the value of p minus r if r is less than 0. So therefore ngina 2 yama values engithi nangisubstitute ngawo la u-f anginikeza ubani u4. So this is f of x, x squared minus x plus 6 minus la. Therefore lawo ma value la ka p no r ngithi nangisubstitute ngawo la kule function anginikeza ubani u4. Imaphi lawo ma values lawo so calculate ke by substituting u4 la, so yabo ukuthi siba ne quadratic equation. We need to transpose u4, siba no minus 4 x squared minus x plus 2 0 is equal to x squared. Ngizosebenzisa i-factoring method. So therefore ngoba ngifuna ukuthi i-coefficient ka x squared ibe positive la, a positive 1, so ngizodivide u0 x squared x no 2 ngo minus 1. So nangidivide ngithola a positive and a negative. 0 divided by a minus 1 it's 0. So 0 is equal to x 2 1 plus minus 1. So x is equal to 1 or x is equal to negative 2, right? So therefore sesiyabona ukuthi p kahle u1 and then r is equal to negative 2 ngoba sitshela ukuthi r kumele abe less than bani 0. So we have two values, say one p u-p enye iba ubani iba u-r. So in other words ichaza ukuthi one of the two must be p or r, but babuya basitshela ukuthi r ubani less than 0. So in this case between labo x by 2 yiphi less than 0 minus 2, so therefore r negative 2. So the value of p minus r is equal to p 1 minus r minus 2 equal to 1 plus 2, which is equal to 3. So now i-final answer yethu ke ulokanje ngu 3. So thanks for watching. I-video yethu iphelela lana. Nangabe uyi-enjoyile please leave a thumbs up. Nangabe une-question ishare kulokanye ku-comment section, ngizozama ukubuya kuwe. Please consider subscribing kule channel nangabe uthola ilokanye content engi-creator ukuthi yakunceda. Ungakhohlwa nokushare nabangani bakho as well. So peace, thanks for watching, bye bye.